Yep.
Okay. Why'd you come here? She told me to press start, and then she was like, huh. You're not supposed to be quiet at the start. You're supposed to say something. Whoa, here. Whoa, here.
Yes, we are here.
I've been singing a lot lately.
Have you?
I have. I don't know why. I realized it when you were like, I was showing her the new Kanye album that I'm obsessed with, and she goes, "How about you let me hear it first, and then you sing?" So I was just sitting in the front, like
I was trying to focus on the lyrics.
No, that made perfect sense. Like after you said it, I wasn't like rude, but I
saw you up there though. You were like,
and I was like, oh, I really
he was bobbing his head. Still.
I haven't been not singing to music in a long time, so like doing that was like completely new for me. I was like, or not new, but it was kind of like a realization, like, oh man, I've been singing everything. I don't know if I just feel it helps me feel more connected to the music, but a lot of people like to
maybe
sing
it's therapeutic and you don't even realize it.
That's probably it. But I mean, like, yeah, it is therapeutic. It's kind of like you feel it more.
You feel it.
You feel it more. Yeah, I didn't even know, but I was in the front singing, "We on that ultralight beam, we in that God dream." I don't know.
I still yet to hear it.
I'll play it and I won't sing to it. But yes. Picking up where we left off last week, we were talking about music. And before the podcast, we were actually talking about TED Talks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. We were both bonding over, because no matter the different types of people that you will talk to, you will find there's no certain type of person that listens to TED Talks. Mm-hmm. Because we looked it up. TED stands for Technology, Education, Design. So they cover entertainment. Sorry. Technology, entertainment, design. Yes, but they're all very educational. I guess they're not necessarily very educational, because I remember I saw
they're very educational.
Well, I saw one that was just like a girl balancing these different branches.
Well, that's the entertainment part of it.
Yeah. So it's actually very cool. You may hear of different people who've had TED Talks, like practicing professionals have had TED Talks, but there's so much to learn from a TED Talk. And we were talking about the people. Well, one of the things that I was thinking about is that you can just I've been recently thinking about, because I have a couple friends and people who have been telling who brought up intelligence, or that someone's stupid, or that someone's dumb. And so to me, I'm like, I've been seeing a lot more like what? Why are you judging this person to? The realization was that sometimes people perceive themselves as smarter because they don't talk. So not necessarily, sometimes people will be like, "Oh, this person's always talking. This person is always expressing themselves. They're dumb. They're stupid." Just because what you express about yourself may be wrong.
No, I don't find that necessarily right. I personally don't agree with that, because some people are listeners and some people are speakers. Mm-hmm. And those speakers had to have gotten their knowledge somewhere, somehow. Some people listen. Maybe they're in the learning process. Maybe the people that are speaking already went through the learning process. I mean, you learn something every single day. There's no time limit on learning. Yeah. But at one point in time, you're going to say what you've learned. Yeah. And there possibly could be somebody that's in that learning process. So I think it's just a cycle, and people, the ones that actually say, "Oh, if you're quiet, then you know, you're." What did you say?
They said they didn't necessarily say it, but the difference between me, they said you talk too. They told me I talk too much, and so it's not that
you're smart.
Okay, so this my realization, or the point that I was coming across, was that the people who are quiet all the time will judge someone who talks more and be like, "Oh, that person's less intelligent."
Okay, so if that person thinks that somebody who talks more is less intelligent, or vice versa, are the ignorant ones. Yeah. That's my point. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. that's the point. Yeah. I think that, you definitely, because whether someone talks too much or doesn't talk enough, you can't determine how smart they are. And that was kind of the point. I asked my friend, because he said he was basically like, every time I hang out with you, I feel like you're more stupid. And I'm like, why do you think I'm more stupid? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, bro, if you can't even express to me why you think what I'm saying is stupid, Because I wasn't. All I was doing was asking him stuff that he was interested in to get him to talk about it.
Yeah, you were picking his brain.
Yeah, exactly. And so
which is what smart people do.
That was my point. I was like, have you said anything that proves you to be intelligent? Have I said anything that proves me to be stupid? Right. He's like, oh, I'm like, so then
exactly.
Then why would you say that I'm stupid? That was the point. So sometimes that's just what's been on my point. That where the line is for intelligence, where the line is for stupid, and who can say who is not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even if you are intelligent, doesn't mean you get to say someone's stupid.
I mean, somebody with a high IQ or that feels they're smarter than somebody else, in a sense, won't say much because an average person probably more than likely won't understand about 70% of what that person is speaking of because they're not on that level of knowledge. Yeah.
And see that's what I was dealing with. Okay, like 2 years ago, my best friend Jeff started dating this one girl, Abigail. And so there was a whole thing with him because we're best friends. So he wanted me because she thought I was stupid. And obviously they had talked about it because she
thought you were stupid?
She thought I was stupid. And so it came up in conversation where I said something and she goes, oh, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah, I'm very intelligent, Abigail. And she's like, oh.
I educate myself.
Yeah. And Jeff was like, yeah, see, I don't know why you do that. You always say stuff and people underestimate you. Why do you make... I'm like, I feel it's easier to deal when people underestimate you than it is when you're up here and then you have to try to explain yourself to people who don't get it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And so we had a whole conversation about that. So then the deal I made with him that I wouldn't underestimate myself. But I'm not one to not talk. Just like you said about, So I may not be like up in the 90th percentile of intelligence, but I'm not one to be silent, even though I know most people won't understand it.
I mean,
so
at the same time, if you don't speak up, you're not going to hear the knowledge of somebody else.
Yeah,
either,
you can't learn anything if I'm always quiet about what I know. No one, even if people, that's what I feel like. I'll talk about what I want to talk about.
Even if you put it on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
If the whole world was quiet or rarely talks,
there'd be no TED Talks.
There you go.
There'd be no TED Talks.
There you go.
There's actually been some really great TED Talks. We watched one about marriage, like right before I was about to get married, talking about men and women think differently.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I watch a lot of the entertainment part of TED
Talks. No. Those are. I watched a couple of the entertainment ones too. Like there was a. Well, the reason why, because you're probably you
I'm
watch,
more of an artistic type person.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Like they've had artists on there. They've had people talking about making videos. I've seen like those and different stuff. So I mean, the entertainment I think is just talking about the industry because J.J. Abrams was on there talking about making movies. There's been different artists and stuff like that. And you were just showing me one about people playing. There's always some cool stuff. There's a lady playing the guitar.
Yeah. Her guitar lights up to go along with the notes.
Yeah, they've had like DJs. We watched. There's a guy who does. He can make sounds with his voices.
Sounds with his
voices?
So like a beatbox.
Yeah, so like a beat. Basically, we watched a beatboxing. It was a TED Talk of beatbox. No, because the reason why I said that is because that's the way he described it.
Oh, okay.
He's like, because he wasn't making just like beats, like he was making like woo, car alarms and stuff, like ding ding, like he was making like actual.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's a DJ, and so all the sounds that he makes, like he had this little device where he made a sound into each device, and then played a song with his own sound. So it was like real cool to see.
He recorded and then looped it and then added something else to it.
Yeah, okay. And then it was
the beat makers.
Yeah, so it was really cool. I was like, oh wow! So there's tons of entertainment type stuff on there, and you can access TED Talks are everywhere. They have a YouTube channel.
Actually, yeah, they have a YouTube channel, probably TED or TED Talks, and then they have the app TED.
Yeah,
and you can get that too, according to your carrier or your.
Yeah, so you can always find them. And speaking of YouTube, there was I found an article talking about how the feeds of social networks or internet companies has changed over the years. At first, there used to be a lot of chronological based I guess feed for like Twitter. Twitter just changed, or they didn't change. You can turn it on and off that feature. Facebook, I know.
What feature?
To make things chronological, and then there's a feature that puts things that you want to know, the most important things at the top. So you're scrolling down there and least important, kind of like on Facebook.
But what if you're never really on there, and then you're just like, what is really important to me?
So you could turn that on. So that's what I think. I think that would just be organized by likes and stuff, I guess. Because you still get to follow who you want to follow. So
you know what I've noticed on... Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've noticed on Instagram that people, stuff that I like the most pop up. And I'm just like, So I started deleting it.
It pops up on your...
on my feed. It pops up on my feed.
That's one of the things. Instagram, Instagram has been dabbling in this. They released a few...
Excuse me.
They released it into like 1/14 of the... people who have Instagram accounts, like they've been slowly releasing it to see what data they get back. So you're probably one of the people who has the new update out of order. So my question is, do you think this is better? Would you rather have things in order of when they are put, so you can go through them and decide what's important, or would you rather have an algorithm or computer put things important? It's important.
I think they should just leave my feed alone because I've noticed that I have to go to my friends' profiles to see
because you'll miss it.
Because I miss it, exactly. And I'm just like getting all these other ones that I've always liked, and it's just like, just leave it in rotation the way it comes
chronologically.
Yeah, so I could like it myself, so I can see a lot of my friends.
Yeah, that's kind of because I know YouTube had a big problem with that too. Like YouTube, the hot page goes on based on what you've already watched, but it used to be based on what was recent, what was recently put up there. And so now it's all out of jumble and it's all out of whack and people can't find it. Facebook, they had a timeline system, right? You can decide who you can star people and decide who's important. Instagram has it's called what you missed feature. So as you're scrolling, you'll get into a section of things that it thinks that you care about
on Twitter, right? Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, so it kind of throws everything out of order, so you kind of just see stuff.
But I like that because it still has that section of what you missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Instagram doesn't do that. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, it just kind of tells you what to.
Yeah,
and you won't note if you don't look for it. You may not even notice. It could be happening on your device right now, and you don't even notice because you're just like, oh, I like this. You don't even know that it's throwing things out of order, or you're missing some of your friends' posts.
And I think it's more in effect with the newer phones coming out.
Probably like the newest
ones,
update.
The newest updates and the newest phones and stuff.
Yeah, it's just. And so I was thinking about why would this be a feature that people are adding? Why is it no longer chronological as in time, as in last in, first out, right?
Because I think people are so in a rush, they want everything at their fingertips. So whatever they always they want to see all the time. True. So it's like an on-demand type thing, and that outweighs the actual regular people that want just a regular functioning app.
And that's why that's one of the things that you'd miss. You'd miss a lot of regular people because all the important people would be like, oh, this got 2 million likes, or this got.
So I've been deleting all those.
Retweets.
I've been deleting all those.
Or not following those people, or not.
Yeah, unfollowing them, deleting, unfollowing them.
Yeah, and deleting them. Yeah, there's you realize the what's new page, or kind of the Discover page on Instagram has greatly evolved over time. Like it used to be like,
the most popular people.
Yeah, it used to just pop up, but now there'll be stuff that you like. Like it's all stuff that you like,
or actually people you actually know.
Yeah, it's similar stuff, like stuff that people you might know, or
which that is cool. Friend. That's cool.
And it's real fun. So things have gradually developed to be on demand because people want stuff on demand now.
Yeah,
like and it's the culture of give it to me now, millennial culture, I guess we'll call it, because we're now deep enough, I think, into the new millennium to decide that millennials are demanding people. Thinking about speaking on demand, we're familiar with you may be more familiar with Uber than you would be familiar with Lyft. But Lyft, I know we covered. It's actually our first.
I don't trust either one.
I don't get. We took one Uber ride to And when we were on our honeymoon, we took an Uber ride because you got the first ride free.
Right.
So we took an Uber ride.
Calling up all the boys. Get all your free rides, guys.
We got a first Uber ride. But Lyft, I remember we covered a story about how they had, for like $1 billion, they teamed up with GM, the car company, to improve. And so now Lyft, usually with the Uber and the Lyft, you have to buy a car. You have to have a new car. They want you to have a new car in order to, because they want to give people the best customer service. You don't want to get, picked up in a hoopty Toyota. Or else
hey, man, you got to do what you got to do to get that paper.
You do, but you also got to buy a new car for them. But now they are enabling it so that drivers can rent cars from General Motors. And that's the kind of the new partnership.
So GM invested in Lyft, basically.
Yes. GM invested a lot of money in the Lyft. And that's kind of for, like, I believe in the last story we were talking about, they eventually want to get to automated cars.
Yeah, we talked about that a few podcasts back.
Yes. I already discussed it. I don't want to be picked up by an automatic car. I feel like that's...
Well, we won't get into that because we'll get carried away on that subject.
But the question I wanted to ask about the Lyft drivers, do you think that as Uber and Lyft grow, do you think that this service will continue to grow? Or do you think that there's a point where people are going to be like, no longer need
I think so. I think...
Because they're competing with taxis. Basically taxi service.
It's an independent taxi service.
Exactly.
They're independent contractors.
Yeah. So you think it's different?
I don't think it's different.
Do you think they'll push taxis out?
No.
Because
some taxis are guaranteed. Well, I mean, I guess the people that are working for Uber and Lyft are legit too. But people can portray like that stuff like that. I think could get out of hand. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think? Because so for taxis, there's a lot of stuff you got to do. There's paperwork you got to go through,
right?
And then
don't you have to go through state too?
Yeah, it's the state. You have to get what is called a medallion.
Yeah,
which costs lots of money.
Yeah,
to get to like verify you as a taxi service.
But like Lyft and Uber is like you can get in easy, like quick.
Do you think there'll be, say, an event where it's like Uber driver did this?
It already happened.
Well, yeah, but I mean that hasn't really slowed it down. I'm saying, do you think there will be something where millennials will be like, okay, this is unforgivable that this person could be driving me.
Yeah, I think so. But even with the whole GM thing, where you can rent a car to do Uber, mm-hmm. like people are be like, oh, it's a rent a car. Let me just steal it. Let me steal this car from the Uber or Lyft driver.
There's always someone.
There's always that one person that's gonna make it worse for everybody and put fear in everybody.
Mm. Do you think? But so like taxis, there's always been bad stuff that happen with taxis. Do you think that there will be something that happens that puts one of these companies out of competition with the other?
I don't think it's gonna be. For me personally, here's what it is. I don't think it's gonna be put out of competition. What I think is gonna happen is that the taxi system will eventually get tired of it and say something, and then that's probably where controversy will happen. Maybe lawsuits, because you never know what is going on behind the scenes to these things. And I think that can be a possibility.
I heard there was on the radio they were talking to an Uber driver because they kind of wanted to understand what was happening with the thing, and one guy was talking about a story of how he picked up some guy who was like insanely drunk, because that's what a lot of people use it for, so you don't have to drive, kind of designated driver type thing. But his friends called it for him, and he was like insanely drunk, just like pass out drunk. And so they put him in the car and told him like his address was already put in there, and so he was taking him home, and the guy was passed out in the back seat. So he was like, okay, pulled up to where he needed to be, and I believe Uber it's already paid, so it's not like a taxi where you have to pay forward, but it takes it from your card, you put your card information in. So he like goes to help the guy in the car, the guy's like passed out drunk, and he wanted to like get his name or make sure this was the right house because he wanted to just drop him off anywhere as he's passed out, and went to go reach for his wallet, and the guy thought he robbed him, thought he was trying to rob him, so he started swinging. And the guy was carrying and wiggled out of the guy's arms, but he couldn't walk. And then he cracked his head on the cement.
Wow.
And so the Uber driver's like, so as an Uber driver, what would you do in that situation? you're just basically like a taxi service. You don't know if this is where this guy lives, but you know if you try to reach for his wallet, he's gonna start swinging. Like, what do you do? You know, like, is that that's the situation you might be put in as a untrained professional.
And you don't have, that's what I'm saying. You don't have that protection on yourself just in case something happens to that person that you're driving. Like, you would want to have protection on yourself.
Some type of liability.
Liability for yourself as a person to be like, hey,
I didn't rob him.
I didn't rob him, and I'm not responsible for this. All I'm responsible for is that he made it home safe.
Yeah, because
I'm just making sure that this is where he's at, and I needed his ID. Woo, wop, wop. That's it.
But then he could be like, no, he robbed me. You know what I'm saying? There was another.
Yeah,
this one's scary.
But then there's backups showing with the Uber driver that it was paid for, and this is what he was doing. So obviously it wasn't robbing him.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, unless there is some sketchy drivers.
I just feel like, but I feel like that's still like a situation where it's like, oh, that kind of sucks.
But then again, you don't know who's driving you.
Yeah. As an Uber driver, like, imagine that could be anybody. Imagine that guy was robbing him. He was like, oh, this guy's passed out. I'm just going to take the cash that's in his wallet, drop him off. He didn't think he spent all his cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be happening to people.
I mean, my auntie's an Uber driver.
Oh, yeah?
Well, she's Darion's. She's Darion's end, but
yeah, you can make good money. I remember the guy who drove us was talking about it, how he used to have a full time, and then he started doing that full time and started making real good money.
I don't know if she still does it. She was doing it for a few weeks.
Well, Dee does it, and he's making good money too.
I'm sure she still does.
Yeah, so
but I don't think they try to. I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure she won't get messed around with because she's in a cool area. But she was talking to me about this one drunk lady that she had to take home and everything like that. But there's like a little safety to her because in the back, her husband's a firefighter or whatever.
Oh, nice.
And so she has that fire sticker in the back, you know?
Yeah.
So she has one of those on her car. So it's like when people see that, they kind of have a little bit more respect for people.
Okay, yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm going to ask her how she feels about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's always something bad could happen to... That's from the driver's point of view. Now, from the... There's another story from a patron, what do they call it? I guess, point of view. Mm-hmm. This girl called an Uber driver, and she was waiting on the street for it. And Uber will tell you what the name of your driver is, what type of car it is. And so these two guys pulled up and were like, oh, you're waiting for an Uber? And they're kind of sketch. And she was like, yeah. They're like, okay, where's your ride? And she was like, what's my name? Like, what's the name on your device? What's my name show up as? And they're like, oh, no, Tom, we're your Uber driver. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm going to call the cops. And they drove off.
Oh, wow. That's protection. Yeah.
But that's kind of crazy that somebody... Imagine if someone didn't have the brains to... or the suspiciousness to say, oh, don't get in the car with two strange guys who claim that they're the Uber driver or, that they're my driver. There could be girls getting in the cars with creeps like that all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, that's kind of scary too.
Yeah, so take your precautions if you're going to go on Uber or Lyft. Definitely be safe.
Yes, like I said, you will have the driver's name. You don't know
the drivers and they don't know you.
Sometimes they have a picture. I saw the one we had a picture of the driver. So you can always try to get a picture of the driver and they will have your information. So make sure to just take precautions. Be safe, please.
Speak up. Ask questions.
Yeah. If it doesn't look right, I mean, like usually it'll tell you the make and model of the car. And so if you have to, just be smart about it, please. How do you feel about online shopping?
I don't know.
Are you an online shopper?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I don't know.
My God, I love buying stuff online all the time.
I love to look at things online. I'm like, I'm gonna buy something.
Oh no,
but then I end up not buying anything. And you know what's funny? Monty, is that every time that I go on and right before I'm about to buy something, I put my card in and it doesn't work. And I'm like, you know what?
That was a sign.
Every single time. So now I'm just like, I'm not even gonna try it. You get a new car so
you can buy nice stuff.
I'm not even gonna try it anymore.
You gotta buying stuff online was a great innovation of. I don't even understand. Once I started buying stuff online, I was like, oh my God, is this easy? Like, you can buy... I bought online books. I buy stuff off Amazon, and like because you can save
I
money.
bought one thing off Amazon. One thing.
Amazon,
I loved it. It was a good feeling.
The reason why you don't have to be scared about buying stuff on Amazon has an amazing return policy.
Yeah.
You can return anything to Amazon.
Yeah.
And if it's a big purchase, they'll make sure they they receive it before they'll send you the postage.
Have you heard about the Amazon drones?
I have heard about it. Has there been any? I know they've received
progress
testing
on it. I don't know.
I know everybody is asking.
There's like a button, right?
Well, so far they've had to receive approval for them because you can't just fly a drone over anything.
Yeah.
And so I know that they were getting approval to send the drones. So the way it works, the way those Amazon drones works,
Amazon drones,
you know. If you're an Amazon Prime user, this is what you do. You print out.
Go and tell them.
You print out the Amazon paper. You print out, it's like I think I believe it was, if you're a Prime user, either they send you one prematurely, like this is your landing zone pad code, or
that's what it's and
right. So then you lay it out, and basically the drone was like,
if you get one, people, do not put it in your front yard. Don't put it in the front of your house. Put it in the backyard.
Then they're gonna drop.
Safe.
Yeah, they're gonna drop stuff like, hey, look, Amazon on the line. I'll take this. But you lay it down, it'll land, drop your package off.
It detects where your pad is at.
And then it'll
the
drive
Amazon
away.
Pad, yeah.
Do you think? How do you?
It can only be so many miles away from the actual Amazon place, though, right?
Yeah, I think they're trying to build more. I think for now it's still testing, but I think they want to get long range, longer in their range. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't think it'll be that successful.
I mean, imagine if they do. Imagine if they launch. Like
Darion wants one. I'm like, no. He's like, yes. I said, no. It's so convenient. We don't have to go anywhere. I said, no. That's being lazy.
You want to do that?
No, I wouldn't. Because he brought it up on toilet tissue. Like, tissue, what if you run out and you need some? Just hit the button.
That's a good one. That's a good argument.
But I can't, by the time it comes, I can already been to the store and come back with some tissue.
That's true. If it's an emergency, if it's a true emergency.
I said, you can have a button then. He goes, don't ask me to use it if you have an emergency.
The only thing I feel about that is, like, if they actually implement that, the air is just going to be chaos. You're just going to be seeing Amazon
drones everywhere.
Yeah, drones are going to be flying everywhere. Like, who wants that?
Yeah.
Like, the skies are already, like, because anything could malfunction. If there's what are they called? Electronic, what's it called? EMPs? I don't know if a lot of people have them. It's electronic magnetic pulse. Magnetic pulse. Basically, it cuts short circuits electronics, cuts off anything with power. That could happen at any time.
Yeah.
And then they would just fall out of the air. What if one of them crashes? What if there's a plane?
It hits somebody, or what if it does happen and it goes into somebody's yard?
Yeah, what if it drops your package off somewhere else? Malfunction, doesn't see your pad.
Yeah.
Or somebody else waiting for a package, drops it off theirs off there. What if it doesn't and it just drops your package out of the sky?
Just what if, people.
There's so many what ifs.
There's always a what if in life.
There was an interesting thing I was reading or listening to today that was talking about how the future of technology has always been written about in books before it even happens. Not saying they're like predicting the future, but sci-fi, the things that happen now happen in people's imagination first. In the sci-fi of a what if scenarios, a lot of what if scenarios in the future if there's drones and different stuff like that. There's so much stuff.
What's your what if?
My what if for drones is that...
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, what if for drones is that we start using drones to deliver everything. And it's not, at first, because Walmart wants to do it too.
Oh, gosh.
So first Amazon, then you have Walmart, then Target.
If Walmart does it, let me tell you something. If Walmart does it, they're going to take out the fun in life. Because you know what? When you go to Walmart, you don't go just to shop. You people watch.
You people watch. What's the weirdest thing you've seen at Walmart?
Oh, gosh. I don't even know.
Please tell me.
I've seen so much weird stuff at Walmart.
You know what my favorite is to see? The big lady who doesn't want... No. The lady who doesn't want to put on her shirt, so she just lifts her long skirt, just over the breast.
Oh my gosh. And it's like...
Yeah, it's right there. But she's big, so it like
Right
mops
above the
over and it goes
areola.
into the curves, and so it
yeah,
looks like
yeah,
just a
yeah,
big
yeah.
shirt. But you're like, lady, we can tell that's a skirt. That's too much elastic at the top of that for that to be a shirt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like that was disturbing. You see the video, the funny. Oh, no, it's not funny. It was actually sad. It was funny because it was people getting in a fight at Walmart. So he was getting a fight. The sad part is the lady had one lady in a chokehold, and she told her son to hit her.
Wow.
That was the sad, because like the kid was like, she's like, hit her, this. The kid was like, like hit her with some like with a shampoo bottle.
Wow.
But I was like, the fact that she would yell at her kid to do like,
well, if he didn't hit her, she was gonna hit him.
Yeah, like I was like, oh my goodness, imagine
hit the lady too. To not get hit by mama.
That's scary.
That's
like,
horrible.
Like that would be scary.
Things go down at Walmart.
Things just really do go down.
Anyways,
and Walmart treats their employees kind of like trash. I think Walmart's just like, we don't want employees already.
We want slaves.
Watch Walmart turn into just all drones. They keep the Walmart markets open, which if you haven't heard of the Walmart grocery stores.
Yeah, we have one.
And they close them, and they keep those open. They close the normal stores, and they just deliver all that stuff. They go strictly online, and then you got three types of you got Target drones, you got Walmart drones, you got Amazon drones, all flying through the air. No one goes out, and so then you have those people. You start to cultivate a culture of people who don't leave their house.
Yeah,
and it just feeds into those people.
Maybe that's the government's idea.
Why? What would you gain from that? People who didn't go outside.
Why did they create martial law? To have people stay in their houses.
But I thought
for specific reasons. So what would be the reason why that they keep people in and allow these people just to shop online?
You know what? I always get confused. I think that government cares about the development of new technologies and moving forward in science and art, but I don't think they do. I guess I just realized that right now. Like, they don't care about that stuff. They wouldn't be like, oh, we're lacking in new television or new...
They're not innovators to having the human species grow.
Yeah, they're not into that now that I think about that.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to be last year's most powerful man by Forbes. I wonder if they've already decided. I'm actually going to check. Last year, it was Vladimir Putin, which was pretty cool. He made a deal with China for oil. Yeah, so China is basically the richest, but Vladimir Putin made a bunch of deals with China. Let's see, Forbes.
He's Googling this.
Most powerful.
We're going to see.
Who do you think it is, if you have to guess?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow. That bear attack was too real. The bear attack was too real, though. So November 4, 2015, Russian President Vladimir Putin, #1, takes the top spot of 73 on the Forbes 7th annual ranking of the world's most powerful people. So this means he was third year in a row for Vladimir Putin.
No.
I'm down for that, though. Are you not?
Mm-hmm.
Vladimir Putin, most powerful man on the planet, 3 years in a row. That's scary, though, that the leader of... Russia is the most powerful man on the earth. 3 times. But you'll know something interesting that I learned. Vladimir Putin has always been a boss since the beginning of his life as a political person. Literally, this is how it goes. Vladimir Putin rose to, prominence, became the president of Russia. And they do 6-year terms. You can serve 2 years, so he was president for 12 years. And you can run again.
They do 2 terms for 6 years?
I believe
each?
so. And then you can't run for president a third time. There's not saying that's all you can do. You can come back, but you have to serve for at least not 1 year. So then that president, in order for the people to vote for him, got Vladimir Putin as his prime minister. So he served as prime minister, then got voted president again.
Wow.
So
that's boss.
Yeah,
that's pretty boss.
Vladimir Putin has been kind of just the
main man.
The man. Let's see, and then it always has powerful people, 2015, and then they always have I don't know why they have a separate list for women.
It should be, if it's people, it should be...
Well, women are on the list. They are on the list, but then there's a separate one for There's a separate one for
Forbes quote of the day.
With each failure, you move one step closer to success. It's when you give up that you truly fail. Pat Flynn. See, Forbes has a really nice website, I think. Some other sites don't have good websites. But it says that Vladimir...
This has become a very educational podcast today. I feel very powerful now.
Oh, number 2! That's sweet. Number 2 is actually Germany's Prime Minister, Angela Merkel. Angela? Vladimir Putin is number 1 of Prime Minister or the President of Russia. What's the difference between a Prime Minister and a President?
I don't know.
I guess we're going to find out. You guys are going to find out with us. Angela Merkel, yeah, she's the Chancellor of Germany. She is number 2 on the most powerful people's list. Wow, and it says Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel continued her reign as the most powerful woman on the planet for 10 years running. Oh, wow. Why? She clinched a third 4-year term of Europeans. That was terrible. Don't judge me for that. Europe's most vibrant economy in December 2014, making her the longest-serving elected EU head of state. She fought off a national recession during the global economics crisis with stimulus packages and government subsidies subsidized for companies that cut hours from work. And she is in the thick of trying to help Greece revive its economy. Did you know Greece is bankrupt? The entire country of Greece is bankrupt.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's interesting to know. And then number 3 is Barack Obama. Wow. Number 4 is Pope Francis.
Why?
That's what I want to know. This is the thing. Like last year, it wasn't like this. Pope Francis jumped to number 4 in 2000.
I kind of find it funny how he's up there with all the political figures.
Exactly. The spiritual leader to 1/6 of the world's population. So 1/6 of the world are Catholics. Didn't know that. 1.2 billion souls. Pope Francis has made it his mission to transform the long-standing conservative image of the Catholic Church. The pontiff made a 6-day visit to the U.S. in September, addressing Congress and the United Nations and urging actions on issues including climate change, immigration, and the persecution of Christians and other religious minorities in the Middle East.
So the biggest differences between a president and a prime minister is how they come to power. Then it says, in the parliamentary system of government, the president is nominal executive authority and the prime ministers are real executive authority. Powers. The president has vast powers and functions. However, these powers and functions are actually exercised by the prime minister and the council of ministers.
Oh, okay. So you pick your prime minister because you're like, he'll do what I say. And number 5 is Xi Jinping. I think he's the president of China. They're still communists, right? No, you don't know?
Oh wait, what? I'm sorry.
China. Are they still communists?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe so. Bill Gates is number 6. Did not see that coming. So there's a bunch of political people at the top. Bill Gates is number 6.
Has he ever gotten off the list?
I don't think so. I think once you get that much money, you can just kind of stay on the list. Yeah, then there's a lot of people from Sama bin Abdulaziz Al Saad.
Salman bin
Abdulaziz Al. Who is this guy? Number 14 on the list. Looks like an interesting person. It says Saudi Arabia. He's age 80. He does not look 80.
He does not look 80.
For real.
You guys, he looks about 57 maybe.
He's the crowned king of Saudi Arabia in January 2015 after the death of his half-brother King Abdullah. Assad began willed.
Abdullah.
began wielding his power immediately. In April, he announced he would alter the Saudi line in succession, in which kingship is passed along the sons of Alauddin.
What?
Abdulzal. I can't say this word. It's Saudi word.
Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz. Oh, how'd you do that?
Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz ibn Saud, the country's founder. His new plan passed the crown to the next generation, putting grandson Prince Mohammed bin Naif in line for the throne and ensuring a younger line of incoming rulers.
Wow.
Why do you think he did that?
Keep the line strong and powerful.
Because it says...
they got plans, man.
His plan is to pass to the next generation. So rather than...
See?
So if he were to die, it wouldn't go to, I guess, the next oldest. Because that's what they've been doing, is going to the next oldest. So he's passing it. His plan is to pass it to the next, the oldest grandson. How do you feel about that? How would you feel about that if you were next in line to be queen? They're like, we're going to skip you and go to the next generation. How would you feel?
They would have to have some type of reason why.
I'm sure he just wants to get. He's like, we don't understand.
Younger to stay longer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe if his last
smarter, stronger. There can be plenty of reasons why. There's a plan.
Yeah, there's always a plan.
The method behind somebody's
like generally, these people don't rise to power. Well, that's the funny thing. All these people are like political people. Seem to have risen to power through different means, but this guy is kind of just. He was crowned the king.
I'm sure he didn't pick that just to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure he made a plan for it, and
that person the younger one that he skipped, he probably told him it's not you.
Yeah, it's not like maybe it is. I mean, like that part of the country, they are more bent on respect and stuff like that. So I think he would have said something that was kind of more than just, hey, we're skipping you. Mark Zuckerberg's number 19, so that's good. I think a lot of these people just have money now. It starts to get with the people who have money. General Electric, ExxonMobil, Apple. So it looks like first you just have to be a really strong leader, and then you got to have a lot of money and be a king of. Then you pretty much just have to have money from there. Ooh, Kim Jong-un, North Korea is number 46. And they do 75 people. Now, this is my question to you. Do you think Forbes, this is Forbes' list of the most powerful people. Do you think Forbes is recognized enough or can make this list? And how would you feel if you were on it, not on it? If you were a powerful person, would you be like, oh, I can trust Forbes to say who the most powerful person is? Or would you be like, what does Forbes know?
As well as Forbes is known and how far back Forbes goes, I think they're pretty accurate. I would say they can. I think
they're very unbiased too, and they consider.
Yeah, they really are because
they consider
Donald Trump is up there.
Is he on it?
He's in the 80s. I mean the 70s. I think.
Let me see.
Go. He's 72.
72. The list only goes to 75, so he barely made it.
Just like his toupee.
His toupee. Oh, poor Donald Trump. I feel it's been I don't want to get into politics.
Neither do I.
So we're going to skip that, but let's not talk about Donald Trump. So basically, another thing. So basically, about Amazon after they've been trying the drones, Amazon is continually trying to because you know how eBay kind of fell off. Remember how eBay used to be a very prime seller, and one of the things you're talking about is that eBay did not change with the times. So one of the things that they are practicing with Amazon is they're trying to make sure that they keep innovating. And so one of the ways that Amazon wants to innovate is for you to be able to pay with a selfie. Amazon wants you to be able to pay with a selfie because you can't fake that, apparently, is what they're saying. They're saying passwords can be stolen. Sometimes you can't remember your password.
You can't catfish Amazon either.
Catfish. I'm sure there's going to be better technology. Right now, this is just kind of an idea in the program they're running for facial recognition.
It's a concept.
It's a concept because
that's the word I was trying to look for. Remember?
I do.
Concept.
Because I have one of the things I'm thinking is like, could you just send it a picture? But I don't know if they're going to be like, we need a picture from. Did you see? There was I remember this meme that was like, if this is really you, send a picture of you holding a fork. What? Because the guy he was just trying to say something random because he didn't want to get catfished. So I'm like, will Amazon do something like that? Be like, please take a selfie with a double chin. Like, let's go. They'd be like, take a selfie from a low angle.
I think Amazon is trying to do whatever they can to convenient people.
To make it convenient,
Make it convenient for people. Drones, selfie. Things that people like.
That one-click pay is got me in trouble because you can just click and you buy something. I cry to my bank account. I'm probably gonna go on Amazon later and buy something. I want to get a new phone case.
See, I get everything there, and it just doesn't happen for me. It doesn't happen.
Why not?
I don't know.
What is it? Is it the Amazon site or is it other things that you? I mean, you've never bought anything online, like never like a book.
I bought my barber chair online. I bought my barber chair from Amazon, and I was.
Do you ever buy anything off an app? Do you ever buy apps?
Nope.
No, you haven't bought an app yet.
I buy apps.
Like what?
I bought a photo app.
Oh, nice.
I bought a game.
Okay.
I buy music, of course.
Okay, so you're not one of those people that's like, I don't buy stuff off the internet because there's this guy at work. I told him how.
No, I buy music, but I make sure it's something that I like. It's one of my favorites. It's a song I fall in love with.
Something that'll last.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry guys, I pulled this. Yeah, as long as it's something that lasts, that's what I feel like you're allowed to buy. So if you could go to, if there was one thing you didn't want to have to go to the store to buy, what would it be? Is there anything that you're like, I gotta go to the store for this?
No.
No? Do you like that whole experience?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite store to go to? Just for job and anything. For me, grocery outlet is right around the corner, and every time I go there, the people are nice, and everything's I know the layouts are perfectly. I have a little route I take where I buy the stuff that I need, and then when they tell you how much, when they tell me how much I save, I get so happy.
I like Winco and Target the most.
Ooh, Target is nice.
I like Walmart because everything is there. There's some things that I like at Walmart that is cheaper than there is at other places, so I'll go. But other than that, sometimes Walmart has different selection, so I'll go there.
One thing,
but I'm kind of complicated. I'll get stuff at Walmart, and then I'll go to Target because there's only things exclusively at Target. And then I'll go to Winco.
So that's smart shopping.
Yeah,
go where the price is right. I just learned that Walmart price matches.
Yeah,
and not just I knew they price match. Everyone knew they price match. And before you had to bring in an ad. But now that there's online shopping, you can bring in the online price from Walmart and get something for whatever price you see it at. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's so sweet. They really are, because we were trying to get a Fitbit. I was getting a Fitbit and we went to Sears. But it was a sale. Sears had theirs on sale for $80. That was brilliant. So we bought one, but they're all out. And so then we needed to go to... Then we went to Target and they had a lot of them, and I was like, oh, if they don't have any at Target, because Walmart, the price at Walmart was like $116.
Mine was $130.
Oh, but you got for the Flex one, you got a
charge, yeah.
The charge, called the charge, right? That one has the heart rate monitor.
Yep.
Does it have anything else? What else was cool stuff about it? It has your steps. It shows your heart rate. Is your heart rate 81?
It's calories. Miles.
Ooh, 536.
It's floors.
One floor. Robbie hasn't gone upstairs today. I don't ever want to know that.
An alarm.
What time is your alarm?
6. So it vibrates in the morning at 6 on my wrist.
Ooh, how's your sleep go? I didn't even check my sleep.
Actually, ever since I got my Fit, I've been hitting 8 hours of sleep.
Because you saw that was the goal?
No, I didn't. No, I knew that was the goal before the Fit. But
6 hours and 20 minutes. I didn't wake up. That's good. See, I only get 6 hours of sleep. I think I need more, though, don't I?
Well, it tells you your goal right there.
My goal is to get 8 hours sleep.
That's for anybody, though.
I didn't wake up that much last night. That's good.
See, when I first got
Robbie sleeps really well, guys.
When I first got it, my sleeping sucked. My sleeping pattern sucked.
Yeah,
but
that
then
week
I started
was a horrible sleep.
But I started working out more, and I started utilizing my Fit, and now
she's just like passing out on time. Good job.
Oh, I don't pass out. Well, I guess I pass out on time. You know, what also helped too is when he goes to sleep, I go to sleep. Mm-hmm. I don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah, exactly. That's same thing happened with me and
I'm
Taz.
talking with Ted.
In case you missed the beginning, I'm joking.
I know,
There's no way to miss the beginning of a podcast. But yeah, that's
you can't miss the beginning, but you probably will miss this part if you don't. Already
if you stop listening.
If you did, then you suck.
We already hate you. Oh, you're back. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Armani. Don't listen to Robbie. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
I don't.
How do you feel like
I'm that 10% that's uneducated? No.
Well, you said 10%, really? I saw this comedian. He was like, it was George Carlin. He said, I forgot. I should have took a picture of it. I don't want to ruin the joke. But George Carlin, if you know George Carlin, Carlin's main form of comedy was basically political satire. So he had a joke about how stupid people are. And he's like, think about half the people you know are stupider than that. Like, just... I don't want to ruin the joke. But basically...
So what were you saying?
There's not 10% stupid. That's the point of my saying.
Yeah, there isn't.
But I
just threw a number out there.
No.
How do I think I sleep? I think I function better when I'm at 6 to 4 hours of sleep at night during the day.
You think you function better with less sleep? Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just do.
Do you think it's because you're more concentrated on not falling asleep? Mm-hmm. But the night you have more, you kind of go throughout your day. Do you feel like it's slower? Mm-hmm. You feel like your day goes slower?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember one thing I was afraid to go to sleep is because you feel like your day is a lot shorter. When I didn't have a job, I would wake up at like 11, 12 o'clock.
I hate doing that.
And I would feel like the day was all wasted. So then to get back into things and get myself on track, I started waking up at 8 o'clock no matter what. Wake up at 8 o'clock. There's nothing to do. And so you get into your rhythm. And I feel like waking up earlier kind of gives you that better head start of what to do. Even though 8 o'clock's not that like late.
Well, I can go to sleep at 1 and wake up at 8 and still get full 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah, see, that's a good day's sleep.
But sometimes I go to sleep like at 3 and I wake up at 7.
And see, that's the thing. It's funny because
I feel fine. I'm good.
Yeah, so you can be good, can't you?
There's days where I don't even go to sleep. There's days where I have to.
You don't go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I don't know.
I think I
just
used to be
doesn't
able to do
happen.
that, but now I can't.
I just embrace it. It just happens. I don't know. It's inevitable. I'm like, here comes one of those nights. And I don't go to sleep. And if I do, I go to sleep
like
at
2 hours? Not even like get like 2 hours sleep?
Yeah, I go to sleep like at 4 or 5, take a nap, and wake up.
Yeah, see, that's what I remember there was one night I had to go to sleep. I had to wake up really early the next day. Couldn't go to sleep. So I went in the living room, watched TV, because you know how keep watching TV keeps your eyes open, so you kind of go to sleep, you finally fall asleep, and you feel that tiredness. Mm-hmm. I didn't. And then it was like 4 or 5 hours before I had to be there, so I was like, okay, force yourself to go to sleep. Couldn't fall asleep. Watched another episode and was like, okay, you literally have 2 hours before you have to get up. Take like a nap. Call it a nap. Call it whatever it is. You have to get some sleep because the next day is you're about to be up the whole next day. Do you count that as staying up the whole day?
No, I count that as sleep.
Do you count that as sleep? Mm-hmm. That's a nap though.
I don't take naps, so I do count it as sleep.
Why don't you take naps?
I can't.
You can't fall asleep and then go back to sleep the night, or you just can't find yourself to nap?
I can't find myself to nap.
You've never been that tired?
Yeah, I've been that tired, and I've had to take naps because I've been up for like 24 hours, but I just, like on a regular week, during a regular week, and if I need to take a nap, or I'm like, I feel like I'm going to take a nap, I lay there and I don't take a nap. And I'm just not a nap person. I can't sit there and just like waste an hour of my life.
I don't think I can't decide to take a nap. Usually it's by force. You know who could take a nap on cue? Like Henri. The dude could fall asleep whenever he needs to fall asleep. He could fall asleep. Henri could take a nap and like it would be like, Henri could take a nap.
Any time of the day.
Like any time of the day, he could take a nap. He used to work. I think he still does work nights, and so that's kind of his excuse. But I'm like, bro, even before that, when we were young, Henri could be like, I was asleep. Like, why are you asleep? He's like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. So he just fell asleep. Like, I'm like, you don't feel overcharged? No.
Nope.
Like, I used to feel. You ever feel overcharged? I used to feel overcharged. I used to get that feeling a lot. or like I can't sleep.
I wish
I'm not tired.
I wish I had that feeling of being overcharged. Like, it's a good feeling. I like it. Really? I like it, but I never get like that anymore.
Why do you think that?
Change of lifestyle.
Not as much sleeping, or not as much like
not as
stuff
much
to amp you up. Like
stuff
I gotta go.
Yeah, stuff to amp me up.
Do you drink energy drinks?
No, not anymore.
Did you used to drink?
Yes.
So you used to drink energy drinks.
Yes.
What made you stop drinking energy drinks?
My health.
Oh, your health. See, I
too much sugar.
There's a lot of sugar.
Too much sugar. That's a part of weight gain. The sugar.
Really? Yeah,
Plus, diabetes runs in my family, so I had to cut that out.
Diabetes. That's not fun. No. So you cut out the sugar. So you never would do an energy drink. Would you do not even like that 5-hour energy drink?
I've never done that before, and I want to try it.
I want to try it too, because I remember one guy was telling me, he's like, "Oh, energy drinks don't work on me," because he used to work at night. Energy drinks don't work on me, and so then he drank the 5-hour energy and was like, "Oh my!" He's like, "Oh my goodness!" Like he was like, "This is not." I was like, "I can feel this." Like it was real.
Yeah, so I want to do that when I go to like a theme park or something, or where my energy is projected, not where I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with myself. I have an anxiety
You're just sitting
attack.
there shaking.
I have an anxiety attack. I have anxiety too, so I can't mix those two anymore.
Oh,
I can't.
When did you get anxiety?
I've been had it.
Is it just from stress, or just like when you're around people that gives you anxiety? Because I know people that have anxiety from being around people.
It depends. It just comes and goes every once in a while. Sometimes it has to do with a lot of people around me. Sometimes it causes stress and people. It can be a combination, or it can just come whenever. It's not.
I remember
anything can trigger it. It just depends on.
And you know what's funny is, like, I'm a very, like, denial person. Like, I'll be like, if I don't recognize it, it doesn't exist type of guy. Mm-hmm. And so there was a long time where, and I started dating this white girl that I'm now married to. But she was like, "You're having anxiety," and I'm like, "What the heck is anxiety? Get away from me! Shut up!" Like, I was like, "I don't know what anxiety is. I've never had anxiety."
It's
like,
you, no.
And so she was like, "This is anxiety. This feeling you're having." I'm like, "Well, this is crap. This is terrible." Mm-hmm. So now I kind of like understand what people mean when they say anxiety and stuff like that. But I'm still at the same time, I'm like, this is not anxiety. This is just this is one of those feelings you get for life. Just because you put a name to it doesn't make it anxiety. So I hated that. That was not fun.
I think I actually, my first experience of anxiety was when I was like 16, 17. No, not 16, I'm sorry. Wait, yeah. No, 17. 17 or 18. I was in a relationship. And,
a relationship?
It was a roller coaster. And just one day I was sitting in bed and I was going through stuff, and, you know, all of a sudden I started getting shortness of breath, and I already had been crying and all this stuff, and then eventually my chest started caving in, and I started like
feeling
hard to breathe, and I started panicking, and my stomach started hurting, and I got dizzy, and I wanted to cry, then I wanted to scream, and I was sad, and I was depressed, and I didn't know what to do, and then I felt lost, and I just got like this bad panic attack and anxiety, and then after that first time, it never went away. Never went away.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So you can feel it when it's coming on.
Yeah, I get a nervous feeling. I get a nervous feeling, and I don't know how to feel. Mm-hmm. I get mixed emotions. So it's hard, and then I get really, really sad either before or after.
Oh, okay. So you kind of know something's coming. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't like anxiety or nervousness or stuff like that. So that's like, you don't take anything for it though.
No, I have my own therapies I use.
Your own therapies. Yeah, there are some people who take medicine for it, and I'm like, it can't be that bad.
Some people it's pretty bad. Yeah, some people it's pretty bad. I know some friends that have it, and they take medication for it. Like me.
I mean, is that just because they feel like they need medication?
Probably.
Or do you think it's just do you think it could
they're probably too weak to deal with it. Because some people just let it take it over. They let anxiety take over their body.
Yeah.
And me, I don't. I don't like it. I like to be in control of how I feel.
You ever tried channeling that into your art?
Yeah, I do.
Is that what kind of
sometimes my barbering is therapeutic. And then working out can be therapeutic for me. Take out my aggression.
Yeah.
And then poetry. Very therapeutic.
Nice.
Very, very therapeutic. And then baking is another one for me too.
Oh, sweet. That's nice. So you guys heard it here first. Baking. Cure your anxiety.
And you eat it when you
eat it
when you get to the depressed stage. when you get to the depressed stage, you eat it.
You eat your cookies and then you feel happy. So thank you for joining us for our Excited People podcast. Right now, there's a lot of news about politics and stuff like that, but we're not excited about that, so we're probably not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not
political people. Yeah, so we're not going to talk about politics. We're going to try to stick to, I like tech news. We're trying to stick to U.S. news, entertainment news, different stuff like that. We're going to talk about sports. Right now, everything is kind of
dead. March Madness
hasn't started yet. Yeah, March Madness. We'll probably get more into that.
Check out the new players that are about
to get that player.
Get drafted.
Get drafted. Ooh.
We'll see what's up.
Do you ever play the brackets?
No. I just go along with everything, see what goes on. Keep an eye out for some players, but that's about it.
I just realized that we didn't say we were the Excited People podcast till now.
We kind of just got into it.
So start from the end.
They know where they click.
They do know, exactly. That's what I feel like.
They click. Come on
by
now.
the end, they're going to be like, oh, they didn't say it. Well, I'm your host, Armani.
And I'm your co-host, Robbie.
Woo! We're here to keep you guys excited about and up to date with things and news and just entertain you. We're words that make sense.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
We're not TED Talks, but we got you.
We got you. You guys have a wonderful day. And out. And make sure that you follow us on social medias.
Yeah, don't forget to catch us on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter. I try to post. I gotta post more. I always post whenever I have a good thought. I'll post it, and the other times I'm like, because like I said, I'm always thinking. I'm a thinker. I'm a future thinker, as Kanye describes us.
An innovating thinker.
Innovative thinker. I'll get there. Follow me, BD Mafia 25,
and follow me at This Girl Spacely. And if you want to hear anything, comment on our Twitter.
You have any questions?
Tweet us.
Want us something to talk about on the show?
Tweet us.
Also offer some advice, maybe.
Tweet us.
Oh, we also have the Royal Bloodline Films.
There you go.
The email at gmail.com. Rbloodlinefilms at gmail.com. Send us an email.
Email us.
If it's not something that you can talk about in 140 characters,
email us.
Hit us up, and we'll hook you up. Oh, I hate that cat.
Email us.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Peace.